What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about a new bonus map releasing tomorrow in Black Ops Cold War, some surprise announcements, and the possibility of seeing Season 5 Reloaded as soon as next week. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and let me know in the comments, are you still interested in Cold War DLC, or are you eagerly awaiting Vanguard, maybe some other games? Have you lost interest in Cold War by now? Let me know in the comments. I know I definitely haven't. I consider Season 5 one of the strongest seasons yet, but with all the recent Vanguard marketing, it's been a bit hectic trying to play and cover both games, and then on top of that, hoping that the community keeps interest in Cold War for the next two seasons. I hope you guys are still enjoying it. I think it definitely deserves a, solid Season 6 to go out with a bang, and I'm sure Treyarch will provide that, of course, but it was confirmed Double Battle Pass XP does go live this weekend, in case you guys are behind on the Season 5 Battle Pass, and it's kind of odd timing considering we have the free Champion Hill Alpha releasing for Call of Duty Vanguard. Hopefully you guys tune into that stream when I do go live with the launch of it later this Friday. Now, let's go ahead and thank the wonderful new partners here on the channel. Now, I'm really honored to announce that today I'm officially partnering with Gamer Advantage. I'm currently rocking the Liquid Blue pair, and they're incredibly comfortable, especially when wearing a headset, which was one of my issues when wearing some regular glasses. Now, Gamer Advantage offers blue light glasses that are made for people like us who stare at a screen all day and are specially made for your prescription in case you guys are as blind as I am. Funny enough, I ended up getting a nuke on my first night wearing these over in Black Ops Cold War, and Gamer Advantage is literally made for people like you and me who grind a game, grind out content, and people whose vision has probably gotten worse over the years after long hours of editing. Now, after months of tossing and turning, I'm finally sleeping like a baby again thanks to these upgrades, and I'm also a huge fan of the magnetic sunglasses add-on, so you can get the best of both worlds with ease. Once again, thank you to Gamer Advantage for this opportunity, and be sure to use code Dynamite to save 10% on any order. Their link is also down below. But back to the video, as I confirmed on stream earlier today, I will play with every single one of you that sends over proof on either Twitter, Discord, or somewhere out there that you have purchased a Gamer Advantage product using my code. I want to thank as many of you guys as I can for supporting me with this new partnership, and I'm beyond honored to go in and connect with Gamer Advantage for the future of my channel. But first and definitely foremost, you do have a brand new free PlayStation Plus pack for Black Ops Cold War that again is only available for PS4 and PS5, in case you guys were confused on that. And this new PS Plus pack does have a bit of a preview trailer on the PlayStation Store, and sorry for the low quality on it. That's the quality that it gave us when you actually load up the video, but this pack does include an epic operator skin for Sebastian Vargas, a new SMG blueprint, a wrist accessory, an emblem sticker, legendary calling card, and a 60-minute double XP token. They give away these combat packs at least once per season, and we gotta be thankful for something, right? I'm assuming one day, if exclusivity gets dropped completely for Call of Duty, we won't see offers like this anymore, but in the meantime, in case you guys are on PlayStation, here's something for you, in case you guys care about the Sebastian Vargas operator. Now, what's interesting recently is that because of all the crazy Vanguard marketing, we haven't gotten any new blog posts for Black Ops Cold War regarding new bundles for the week, new playlist changes, possible surprises. It's been a while, right? The last time we got a blog post was, I think, for Season 5, if I'm not mistaken, and I get it, right? They want to keep the spotlight on Call of Duty Vanguard, the next game, but it's been a bit confusing for the past few weeks trying to know what's actually going to drop for Cold War during that week. I guess you could say it keeps the stakes high. We have no idea what bundles are going to come out, possible playlist updates, but I'm sure we may end up getting more blog posts leading up to Season 6 and then to wrap up Cold War's life cycle in the next month and a half. But as of today, all we got was an interesting tweet from Treyarch confirming what to expect later this week, and that is going to be Drive-In and Drive-In 24/7, a fan favorite Black Ops 1 map that recently hits its 10-year anniversary. We have a special up-close and personal version of Double Agent, 3v3 knife fight, and Double Battle Pass XP weekend. So first off with Drive-In, right, a fan favorite, cannot wait to see that. I think I called it a couple of months ago and I'm like, you know what, if they're ever going to bring back a Black Ops 1 map, they have to take a look at the DLC season from that game, since nearly none of those maps except for one got brought back in a separate Treyarch title. So I'm glad that we called that one. Drive-In looks beautiful. We got our first look at the map in a preview they dropped on Twitter earlier today, but when it comes to a special up close and personal Double Agent, I'm trying to figure out what that can mean. And I think somebody in my chat earlier today did point out that maybe that means being able to play Double Agent on the gunfight maps. But since, yeah, it'll be up close and personal, I think it'll be very easy to spot out who the sus double agent's going to be in that match. So that should be a lot of fun. The game mode itself needs to stay permanently in Cold War. Even if it's not in the featured playlist, keep it in custom games, right? I still find it very strange that you're able to play certain maps in custom games for double agent, but you can't play those maps in public matches. So maybe when they add in this variation of double agent this week, they may end up adding in more maps to the rotation to keep the game mode fresh. It's definitely a massive highlight of Season 5 thus far, and fits perfectly with the theme it's going for, celebrating over 10 years of Black Ops history. Now, something you guys may have missed, and I know this is something I missed when I first read this blog post, is that during the numbers event, it's going to be dropping during the mid-season updates, we're going to be able to obtain a free melee weapon by taking part in the event, but it's unclear what the melee weapon could be. Let me know in the comments your best bets for what you think we're going to unlock. I'm curious what the event itself even is, because it seems like it's going to be a little bit more than the events that we got in the past, like Groundfall, Hunt for Adler. This may be more on par with 80s action heroes from Season 3, which ended up getting its own marketing, its own trailer. I mean, a massive update just around that event. And if you notice, right, Season 3 Reloaded had quite a bit of content, but the entire roadmap itself was centered around 80s action heroes. So I'm wondering if, because we've gone through a majority of the current roadmap for Season 5, will the Reloaded roadmap be really focused on this numbers event? Will this numbers event bring us a bunch of content that currently is unknown, stuff that we couldn't have guessed before? But now that we have the official dates for the Vanguard Alpha, Vanguard Beta, is when we can kind of pinpoint when Season 5 Reloaded should release, logically that is. So, number one, Raven's teaser about upcoming playlist changes to Warzone, which do affect Verdansk, Rebirth, and some mystery here. So, they did say there is a mystery playlist coming from September the 2nd to September the 8th. And we know that September the 10th is the release date of the Vanguard Beta for PlayStation at least. So realistically, next week would have to be the release date for Reloaded if they don't want to interfere with the Vanguard Beta and future marketing after that. So if September the 2nd is the release date of Reloaded, that would make sense. It does feel a little bit early, but I'm not sure if they want to release any Cold War DLC in between the two beta weekends of Vanguard. Maybe they will, and I'm wrong about this. But looking at how the current roadmap has essentially been gone through already, I mean, what is really left for Reloaded, right? Just the map Zoo, the game modes Demolition and Clash, and then what? Some operators. That's really it on top of this numbers event. So that's why I'm saying the numbers event may be on par with 80s action heroes, to where it kind of carries the remainder of the mid-season update. Now, it's also worth pointing out that summer officially ends September the 22nd, so theoretically games of summer could still release in Black Ops Cold War. That was rumored many months ago, and the logo for it was posted on Twitter. I think it was back when Season 3 first came out. So I would say at the very latest, if games of summer isn't scrapped, it would have to drop during this mid-season update for Season 5. Since by the time Season 6 comes out in October, it's not going to be summer anymore. That wouldn't make any more sense. So maybe that's the secret we're all missing here about the mid-season update. That's what will fill up the roadmap, not just this numbers event, but also the release of a bunch of free cosmetic rewards for taking part in an obstacle course that may release inside of Cold War multiplayer. But according to the in-game timer for the Battle Pass, Season 6 should be starting on October the 6th, and that's fine, right? But either Season 6 is going to be a bit of a shortened season, to where a majority of the content launches in between October the 6th until first week in November, so they don't interfere with Vanguard's release dates. Or I would say Season 6 is going to be a bit strange, where 95% of the content launches at the beginning of the season, similar to Season 5, but then Season 6 Reloaded may not have much left, aside from maybe the last round-based map, because Season 6 is supposed to last all the way until Season 1 begins of Vanguard, and that's currently rumored for November the 23rd. And I know for sure they're not going to drop any Cold War DLC while Vanguard's already out. I mean, they could and pull a Modern Warfare, but I don't see that being very likely. But hey, anything is possible at this moment in time. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about Cold War DLC possibly dropping even when Vanguard's already out. Is that even possible? What's also really important to point out about the operators coming out is that we do have Stryker that's probably going to end up dropping this week, maybe Friday or on the weekend at some point. It might be a bit random, but the reason why I say this is because people out there who are familiar with grabbing the models of certain characters from Black Ops Cold War to make thumbnails, other graphics and renders, they have pointed out that whenever an operator has a model already completed, then that means the operator is supposed to be dropping in the next title update. But whenever an operator doesn't have a model tied to him, that means that he'll be dropped in the following title update. So as of now, there aren't any models for Hudson, Mason, or even the character of Ghostface that's set to drop for the next Halloween event. But the model's already here for Stryker, so Stryker isn't being saved for Season 5 Reloaded. He'll probably be dropping this week or whatever week is before the mid-season update. And the mid-season update is probably next week, so you see what I'm getting at here, right? But what's really strange about that is the fact that Hudson doesn't even have a motto for himself yet, and I guess that confirms, right? He'll be the focus of Season 5 Reloaded, similar to how Weaver was the focus of the roadmap for Season 4 Reloaded. So, is there a possibility Mason drops in the mid-season update and isn't safe for Season 6? Absolutely 100% a possibility. But we also have some new bundles over in Cold War and Warzone that you guys may have missed. First off, the Mine Fry, which went live earlier today for 1,600 COD points. A nice camo there for the OTS-9. We have another camo there for the M16. A mic drop gesture, and a really freaky mindfuckery type of emblem and calling card there, as you guys can see. Not a bad bundle at all. For 1,600, not too bad. We have the Stoner's Delight bundle for 2,400 COD points, which came out earlier this week. And we have a nice wood skin there, which is almost on par with the Dark Ether Reaver skin in terms of how animated and just legendary this skin is, no pun intended. And I'm sure you'll be seen from a mile away if you're playing some bigger matches of multiplayer or even Warzone. And we have some other cool blueprints a part of this bundle, 2 tier skips, calling card and emblem. Definitely a badass bundle for those out there that love themselves some weed, right? I think Call of Duty Ghost did it best with the Snoop Dogg pack, right? With a voiceover pack and a weed personalization pack that came out for that game's multiplayer. And lastly, we have the Agent Adler bundle, which fits perfectly with the theme of the Double Agent LTM. So a nice dapper Adler skin, a cool dispatch agent finishing move. We have some emblems there. I first thought it was Syndicate's logo, but of course it's not. And we have some blueprints there which do match the theme perfectly of this Double Agent, right? A skin there for the Groza, one from 1911, as well as an accessory and a charm. Not too bad whatsoever. And, you know, COD Tracker's been on top of posting all upcoming bundles for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. I'm sure they'll do even the same thing for Call of Duty Vanguard as well. Now, what's really interesting is that the RAAL LMG was actually added over into Modern Warfare yesterday with what could be the final title update of that game, 1.41. How poetic, right? Task Force 1 for 1, of course, in case you guys didn't get that. But that was, of course, the last item that was a part of the supposed scrapped Season 7 of content for Modern Warfare, right? It's been a very strange year for that game. It technically got a year too, but with content being spread out across many months, right? New maps, weapons, the soap operator, a bunch of bundles, and just a bunch of updates that theoretically could have served as a mini Season 7. And, you know, maybe they should have dropped all that at once instead, but it was weird. We got no mention or marketing of any of that content that released, and I'm still gonna go on the fence and say, you know what, Soap was probably linked with Modern Warfare 3 Remastered before that got scrapped, and because that contract apparently fell through between Sony and Activision, they decided to just drop Soap randomly out of nowhere, because as an important character that Soap is, you would think that that would heavily be marketed, talked about, related to the story, but it just wasn't. And you would think that Soap should have released back when that final cutscene dropped after collecting all the intel, and I think it was Season 6 of Modern Warfare, where they quote-unquote stopped the nuke from going off. Yeah, that aged well. But, you know, you hear Soap in that cutscene, so releasing his bundle like a week after that would have made so much sense, but they just didn't. Again, was not a fan whatsoever of the quote-unquote year 2 that Modern Warfare got, and I'm hoping that if Cold War gets a year 2 of sorts, which I don't think it will, considering Treyarch's gonna help with Vanguard Zombies, you would hope that Treyarch at least puts a mention out about any new content releasing for any of the game modes in Black Ops Cold War. Earlier today, during Gamescom 2021's opening night, we had the first 10 minutes of Vanguard's campaign shown to us. I re-uploaded it here on my channel in case you guys missed it, and thank you all for tuning into my stream as we reacted to all of that, as well as some of the other goofy games that they presented during the event itself. We did get confirmation that Laura Bailey will be playing Polina over in Vanguard, and we got a nice glimpse of some interesting gameplay showing blind firing, mounting, sliding, reactive environments, the works, and people out there are claiming it looks like a World War II skin or World War II reskin over basic Modern Warfare gameplay, but I don't really agree with that, right? We got to see a finishing move also during this footage, so what I'm thinking right now is that it's gonna play more like Cold War that blends together features of Modern Warfare and Cold War, but will be on an engine that makes it feel more similar to how Warzone is. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. The game looked beautiful. I mean, the fact that they pulled out yet another World War II title, they've done back-to-back titles now of that era, but this time they're taking it to a whole other direction with a brand new approach, you know, staying historically accurate, sure, but also putting a spin on the story to make it stand out as a very unique Call of Duty experience. But last and definitely not least, a bit of an update on the allegations made against Activision. This lawsuit has taken a very interesting turn that I don't think any of us expected, and that was that apparently the company's HR has shredded documents in relation to the lawsuit itself. So that is probably going to open a new can of worms that the gaming industry probably hasn't seen much of in the past. I mean, it's probably happened before, but this could extend the lawsuit for years. But as a friendly reminder, I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but as of right now, based on the evidence we have presented in legal documents and from allegations made by the victims, Call of Duty is not at all directly affiliated or connected with where the allegations came from. That was the Blizzard World of Warcraft side of things, but like I said earlier, I'm not saying this hasn't happened, the situation itself in the Call of Duty department, it may have, and we'll learn more about that in the future, but as of right now, people out there boycotting Call of Duty, saying let's burn the game to the ground and, screw everything that Activision, publishes, that isn't the right approach at all, considering there are innocent people working at these studios who have no connection with what happened, who don't want to get laid off because you guys are boycotting the game, of course. That's my stance on it, and as I mentioned before, content creators, especially Call of Duty ones, should not have the floor on this problem, right? Voice your concern, talk about what's right, but milking the topic, especially when COD wasn't even affiliated with the problem, that's crazy to me, especially when the channels who did that preach negativity day in and day out, year after year. They don't even play the game anymore that much, but still find the need to, attract a big audience to just preach negativity to them. And I guess that gets clicks, right? That's what they do. But like I said before, if COD's not even affiliated with it, we shouldn't have the floor on it. The victims should, so that people can be held accountable for whatever it is that happened. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the new bonus map releasing in Cold War tomorrow, that is Drive-In? How do you feel about the surprise announcements regarding future Cold War content, as well as some information about Vanguard that we got earlier today? And also, how do you feel about the possibility of seeing the mid-season update as soon as next week? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.